Hello, this is our podcast. Red to Black, that is the title of our podcast.
I'm here with Hudson Deeds.
And I'm here with Emilio Demas.
And we're going to be talking about More Than Winning, the story of Nebraska's Tom Osborne. I mean, it was Tom Osborne with John E. Roberts. That's the author.
Be quiet and have like the music playing. What music?
What's that music that one that's on the book? Well, anyways, let's get to the thought of the book at the beginning and what you thought about now. What was the initial thought when you went to go check out this book?
I didn't know a lot about Nebraska Huskers. I wanted to know more. And I know Tom Osborne was probably our greatest coach ever in college history, maybe. And, well, so I saw this book and read it, basically.
What are your thoughts now on this book?
It taught me a lot about football. A lot about Tom Osborne and all the Heisman winners about Nebraska football. What are your initial thoughts?
Well, I went to go check this out. I was like, I just need a book to read.
Yeah,
for
honestly,
this project. And I'm like, there's two of them, so Hudson's just gonna join me in this podcast, and and it was about Tom Osborne. I'm like, I know a lot about Tom Osborne, but when I started reading the book, it really surprised me, like things that it said about him, like his early life. I did not know he went to the NFL. That's a fun fact. So that was pretty cool to learn about, and I learned more about the Huskers that I know, and it's just pretty cool to know. That's history from the state of Nebraska and the Cornhusker State.
What did you think about him going to San Francisco?
Yeah, he went to San
49ers?
Francisco and Washington
before
he left the team.
He was a wide receiver / quarterback, just saying.
That's pretty cool how he came out of Hastings Community College and did this.
He
had
played,
an opportunity.
Yeah. The only reason he went to the NFL was because there's a big bowl game for Hastings against this other small college.
JUCO Bowl, I bet, something like that.
He, did really good and got drafted, 100th or something like that, 80th.
I think it's one of the last ones.
Well, there was only 16 teams, so to be fair.
Yeah. But it was pretty interesting how he was saying that Washington was willing to re-sign him, but he didn't want to come back because he was like, I'm done with the NFL, and moved on to his coaching career.
Yeah. Okay. What's our next thing?
Key elements. Who were the characters in the story?
Well, we have Tom Osborne now, obviously. He talks about his family in the first part of the book, and then he starts talking about all the players he's played with. I mean, not played with.
Coached.
And
he did talk about some players that he played with. And his family.
Yeah, there was a funny part. That's not really funny, but it is kind of funny. He was just talking about his great grandpa, and then he's like, then he got struck by lightning, and just didn't. And then he's like, and then next sentence he was like, and my mom. Like, oh, we're just gonna forget your grandpa died from lightning.
That's actually interesting because I was reading the book and I'm like, what? Did I check out the wrong book? I didn't know Tom Osborne got struck by lightning. Because I thought they were talking about Tom Osborne. I'm like, what? He got struck by lightning? I was so confused and everything. But as it went on, I realized it was his great grandpa.
And his dad was in the army, so he didn't see him much, and he didn't even know he had really a dad.
Yeah, it's just kind of one of those sad stories like that. So those were some of the characters, and let's talk about the plot.
Oh, probably the Miami, Nebraska bowl game. Wasn't it a bowl game?
Well, the plot,
like
you know what they mean by plot, like the rising action, falling action, stuff like that. I think
the rising action would probably be him growing up in Hastings and playing sports. Like, I don't know. He played basketball, football, and track. And
he went to college for all of them, I think.
Yeah, he went to college for all of them. I don't think they do that anymore.
Yeah, I don't think you're allowed to. I think a guy recently tried to go play basketball and football, and they didn't let him.
Yeah, that's him throwing shot and playing basketball.
That's actually an interesting fact. I did not know he threw shot put.
And he ran the 440 track. And this is
What
football.
would the climax be?
Well, it's not really a book that has a climax, to be honest.
It's just not.
I think his climax is going to Nebraska, staying with Nebraska. Yeah. And
Full-on action would be like his coaching career.
yeah, and
Honestly, might be his first championship he won.
he's thought about leaving Nebraska.
The NFL didn't he get the job?
Yeah. The Seahawks wanted him as a coach, which was pretty cool.
But yeah, he was a really brilliant student. He was smart, and his football knowledge was just out of the world. Crazy. He really opened up Nebraska to the world. Like before, people would just drive by to the interstate, whatever, corn, all that stuff. They supply corn. They have farmers, but now it's a little different. Football means more. Sports means more in the Nebraska world. I mean, every day football stadiums are packed. Every Sunday. I mean, that's probably going to end this week, honestly. As I'm speaking, it's September 30th, 2022, and they're saying that it might end tomorrow, the sellout streak. And that's been going on since, 1962, which is just crazy. And,
It's because we're bad. That's why.
yeah, Tom Osborne is just, he's disappointed, I can tell. His team's doing awful. We don't really have a coach. Everything's just going south right now.
And after Tom Osborne's coaching, he went to politics. He was Nebraska's commissioner or something like that.
I think so.
I wouldn't tell you because I kind of forgot. But
And then let's move on to the theme of the book.
the theme.
I got a good theme. Let me. You say yours first.
No, you go first. You go first.
So I insist you go first.
Okay. In my theme, I think it's because his theme was the more you just keep on going. What's his name?
Tom
The Family
Osborne?
Feud. Steve Harvey. He was talking about how his haircut person cut his hair every day. He paid him a lot, and then he went bald. So the haircut person was about to was just really sad and then Steve Harvey gave him a lot of money, and now he has trillions of dollars because he has 5 big haircut universities and stuff. It's just little things can keep adding up. That's
My theme would be no matter where you're from, even a small town in Nebraska. Well, Hastings is
like
somewhat
Scotts
small.
Bluff.
Yeah, like Scotts Bluff or even North Platte. No matter who you are, anything or not anything, you can form yourself to be the most popular person in the world. You can do anything you want. If you just put your mind to it, you can do it. Yeah, he was a brilliant student, but you could be the dumbest student and still be the most popular in the world. That's just crazy about this world.
Yeah. We'll have a special guest shortly. Just saying. And what's our next thing?
Conflict. What was the conflict?
I think the conflict was when he was thinking about leaving Nebraska.
Yeah, that could be a big conflict. I mean,
Because didn't Oklahoma want him and
everyone wanted him
basically
at the time.
everyone wanted him.
Um,
He actually almost got fired a few times because there was this one game, I forgot what game it was.
it was
They're
a bowl game. It was a bowl game.
Oh yeah,
And
they're
we were playing Florida, not Florida. They were doing too good.
They
it was
won.
a really small bowl in Texas.
they won, and then some guy, I forgot what his, he's really important, I don't really
Probably
know his
the
name.
AD.
Yeah, he was just saying, if you lost that match, we would have fired you. That's
Yeah.
just surprising.
That was probably the conflict. I think it was probably man versus man, or like that, or man versus self, because he'd have to sit there and be like, I know this organization is doing good, but do I want to move on, rebuild another team, get more money, or do I want to stay at this organization, keep winning championships, and build on my success?
And partly the reason why he stayed was because he's from Nebraska. He's always lived in Nebraska. He's been to college in Nebraska. Just pretty much everything Nebraska. So
Yeah, that's what you're seeing with coaches nowadays. They're just leaving because they're like, they're offering me more money and everything. Tom Osborne was loyal.
Yeah.
He was the one.
And Tom Osborne actually coached. What's his name?
Johnny Rogers?
No.
Tommy Frazier?
He was our coach like last week.
Oh, Mickey Joseph.
No, the other one.
Scott Frost?
Scott Frost.
Well, they coached both of them. Both of them were quarterbacks.
And I think it was 1997.
Would have been after Lawrence.
It was a bowl game against Tennessee against Eli Manning.
Peyton Manning.
Peyton Manning. And I zoned out. And Scott Frost was our quarterback, and the whole time we just ran option. Not gonna lie. Tennessee fumbled every single play. Basically, their punt was their best play. It was said. Punt was the best.
Yeah,
play.
our defense back then was so dominant. That's where we get black shirts from. 'Cause they were just lights out.
Our college does not really special in offense.
Just
mostly special in
recruiting
defense.
in general has been terrible. Like Scott Frost brought in some pretty good recruits, but they're just like not doing good. They're supposed to be doing
kinda
better,
small.
and then they transfer, and everything's going south. And yeah.
But I like Anthony Grant. He's pretty cool.
Anthony Grant's really good.
Yeah.
He's actually 10th in the nation in rushing yards.
Oh.
There's like 10 Big Ten, not 10, like 5 Big Ten players. That are
Isn't
the
it
top.
Wisconsin is the best in the Big Ten?
Ohio
Their
State
running back?
probably is.
Oh.
I think it's Illinois' running back actually this year.
I think it's Wisconsin.
Wisconsin, Illinois, Michigan's.
Who's Ohio's like Mayan?
I don't know.
Mayan
I don't
like
know.
Mayan Grant or something. Not Grant.
Let's,
Anderson.
move on to symbolism.
All right. Well, I think this book kind of symbols just
Nebraska football.
Nebraska football. That's kind of obvious.
The option is the reason Nebraska football is so successful. And you could maybe call them like an Army or Navy team because the option is what we ran. We just ran it. We had such fast quarterbacks, fast running backs. Our offensive line was really good. Our defense was so dominant. And I'll be honest, I can't even name one defensive player. But they were just so good. Like, they were all just so good.
And keep zoning out. Nebraska. What was I gonna say? Okay, you just say something.
Let's just move on.
Yeah.
We'll move on to the
Oh,
setting.
no one can repeat Tom Osborne. Like Scott Frost, he tried to make his plays just like Tom Osborne's, and it did not work out well. And
It's 'cause
he's fired.
It's a new day and age of football.
yeah, they've seen that. It's old news.
It's passing, it's 3-man rushes, and even if 3 men are just rushing, everyone else just corrals around the football. It's just so different than it was back then.
Yeah, like he tried to pull a Tom Osborne, and he tried an onside kick in the third quarter. Something I would probably think Tom Osborne would probably do just for fun.
Just because we're up like by 50.
Yeah, and we lost that game to Northwestern.
Yeah, I should have been using
Sad.
that. But I think partially why Tom Osborne was so successful was because this offense he ran, no one's ever seen it. The triple option, this was the first time anyone's ever seen the triple option. And that's just no defense had anything that they could do against it. And then they were just like, oh man, we're beat, we're tired, we can't hold up with this team. They're fast, they're physical, everything's going on.
And are you done? Okay.
Yeah. I'm
And
done.
Tom Osborne's most iconic for going for 2 for field goal attempts. That's probably and triple option, I guess.
Yep, Lamar Jackson brought that back. He's a running back though, not a quarterback.
He would be a pretty
No.
bad running back if he was a running back.
So let's move on to setting and style.
What does that mean?
What was the setting of the book?
Oh, setting. They said setting.
So the setting of the book would be just Nebraska. We'll just say
Yeah.
Nebraska.
His house, Nebraska.
NFL tryouts.
Probably the field more, just sports. Let's just say sports as a setting.
Yeah. So other thing, style. What was the style of the book? Like an autobiography. That's what the book would be. It'd be
Yeah.
an autobiography about Tom Osborne's life and what he did, crap like that.
Yeah, and on the back, it just talks about the games and stuff, but it doesn't really talk about the games in the book. It talks about more of his life. and how he was able, and how he justified from all the anger of the fans that don't like him and stuff.
Oh yeah, that's a big issue. Fans just, if you're losing games, fans just have somebody to hate on.
Yeah, like chapter 8, he says, getting the monkey off our back, and on it again, he means like the fans are
Not
just-
like an actual monkey.
Yeah, not like an actual monkey, but the fans were not like thinking that Nebraska was gonna win anymore. So, but Tom Osborne put the monkey back on the back.
Well, the
Carried
thing
the
was, in the 70s, we were a successful team. We were dominating. We were God good. We were so good. We were godly. We were just
Yeah.
godly. And then we hit the 80s.
We could
and
probably-
it's like
Yeah, we
sad.
Yeah, we probably could have beat prime Ohio State from one of our, like with
Johnny Rogers.
Johnny
Bravo.
Rogers, Mike Eckers or whatever his name is.
Yeah,
I don't
I
know
don't
if he
know.
played that time.
Oh no, Mike. No. I'm thinking about the wrong person.
Eckers.
Well, anyways, let's move on to talking about the author. So the author here would be Tom Osborne, technically, but Johnny Roberts, he was just the guy who wrote it. Tom Osborne, he told him everything. So practically, the author's Tom Osborne, but Johnny Roberts wrote it. I don't know, it's a confusing thing.
It is a pretty.
But I think Ms. Blake will know what we mean.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
Yeah,
You
she
know-
knows what you mean. She knows what we mean. Okay, time for quiz.
Wait, no,
and
no.
game.
Wait, can you pause the video? Because I have
No.
to. Well, just keep talking.
Well, Huskers this year are doing pretty bad. You know, we're gonna skip down to how it connects to the world. Well, we kind of talked about it earlier about like how football shaped Nebraska, more or less. Like Nebraska was looked at as a state, but like nobody really paid attention until football, if you know what I mean, because our football team just got so successful that that's just what they looked at us for, and we don't have a national team in like any sports. So this was a big hit for us that we were doing good. 95,000 people pack in the Memorial Stadium every week.
I don't know another
Not-
team
not
that
every
has
week.
that.
Yeah, like the closest team was Notre Dame, but they lost it a few years ago. And it's just crazy. Like Sundays were built for Nebraska, and really it connects to the world just shaping Nebraska, really. Because it's just,
Okay, I'm ready for the quiz. Are you ready?
yeah, I'm ready. We're going to do a quiz about Nebraska in general,
Just
football.
in general. Yeah.
And he's going to ask me the questions. I'm going to see if I can get them right. And we'll see. How many questions are there?
20.
20. Okay.
Not too much. Okay. Who was the coach of the 2006 Huskers? I'll say the options. A. Tom Osborne. B. Frank Solich. C. Bill Callahan. D. Bob Devaney.
It's either Bill Callahan or Bob Devaney. I'm going to say Bob Devaney. No, that was a volleyball coach, wasn't he? Bill B. We'll do, or not B. We'll go C.
Yes, it was Bill Callahan.
Bill Callahan.
Yeah. Who was the first Husker to win the Heisman?
Was it Johnny Rogers?
And I was gonna say the options, but yeah, it was Johnny. Okay. Did Huskers go to the Rose Bowl in 2001? Yes or no?
No.
Let me check.
It's a no. It's 100% a no.
False. Yeah, you're right. No. Oh, and we have our special guest.
Oh yeah, our special guest. You came in a little too early, but we'll bring him in.
It's fine. He'll
answer the question.
Yeah, he'll answer the question. 'cause
I'll
you-
answer the questions.
Yes.
Yes.
This
Oh,
is
yeah.
about Nebraska football. This is Cooper Swanson.
Cooper Swanson.
Hello?
He,
Hello?
I just want to say he is a professional with this type of stuff.
Yep.
Yes.
Just wanted to say.
I am.
He is very good. Okay.
He knows what he's doing. Okay.
I do.
I'm gonna give you as much options as possible.
He does not
Okay.
know what we're doing.
He has no clue what this is. But okay. Are you like familiar with Eric Crouch?
Is he a coach?
No.
Oh wait, he was a quarterback.
Yeah. This guy's a professional.
Yes, he's a professional. He knows his stuff. Okay. Was Eric Crouch the best quarterback the Huskers ever had?
It's not really.
Maybe
It's not really true.
It's
False answer.
really kind of.
both.
It's false.
False.
And
It's not really okay. You gotta look at it. It's more opinion. It's more opinion than
it's
anything.
all opinion.
But I would say he would be the best in my
He-
opinion. But
no.
no, this
debatable.
is a professional here.
Yeah. Okay. Former quarterback Tommy Fraser is now the head coach of which college? Dana. Dana, Nebraska, Wesleyan, or Western,
Western.
No, Nebraska,
or
Wesleyan, and Iowa Western.
Nice.
Okay. Well, actually, you
Wait,
can't.
what are the options?
5.
We're only going to do 10 questions, okay?
I think it's Iowa Western.
It's not.
What is it?
And it is Done.
way.
Donnie.
Really?
Yes.
Wow, that's crazy.
Indeed.
Insane.
Well, okay. What former Husker I-back Ahman Green
Ahman Green, yep.
started his NFL career with what team?
Green Bay Packers.
Correct. You don't have to look that one. I know that one. Correct.
Nope.
No
What did
way.
he start with?
No
I
way.
didn't even
the
get to-
Seahawks. He started with the Seahawks.
He did?
Yes.
What?
That's not.
For what? Like his rookie year?
Probably.
Yeah, probably.
And then he got cut, and then the Packers picked him up,
LOL.
and he became really good. And then
Yeah, and he became a Hall of Famer.
he did something to his wife.
Okay. Yeah, we don't talk about that.
Every
Okay.
Nebraska player has a history with that. Just saying.
This is an easy question. If you don't get this, I don't know.
What day do the Huskers primarily play on?
Saturday.
Yeah. They
Okay.
play on Friday for Thanksgiving, though.
Maybe.
Oh yeah.
Like after
okay.
Thanksgiving.
What
do you guys think?
Holy crap! We have 2 more special guests.
Guys, get out.
Two more
Guys,
special
get out.
guests.
We have 2
Oh,
more
we
special
have 2
guests.
more.
2 more.
Oh,
Let's
my
go.
Logan Roberts and
I'm
Trey
going to
Van-
move.
I
Yes.
did not know this was happening.
I did not know this was happening either.
Okay, whatever. What are you guys doing?
Come in. Let's just ask them all questions then. More special guests.
Okay, this is a funny question.
We're gonna have
What?
to speak louder.
Okay, what famous comedian grew up in the state of Nebraska?
Think about it. Mr. Weber talks about it all the time.
Ron White, Larry the Cable Guy.
Larry the Cable Guy.
Larry the Cable Guy. Larry the Cable
Correct.
Guy. What are you guys doing?
Or podcast.
Shh, it's our podcast.
What book are you reading?
Tom Osborne. What famous Husker restaurant in
What's this?
is that?
Well, okay, let me read it.
Okay, yeah.
What? Okay. The famous restaurant in Omaha, or no? What? The famous restaurant in Omaha, Nebraska has what 2 team colors? Red and black, or red and white, duh. Blue and yellow, red and green, or scarlet and cream.
I don't think it's Scarlet and Cream.
Scarlet and Cream, I think.
I'm pretty sure it was.
It was Scarlet and Cream. You're
Let's
right.
go. Okay, that was the final question. Thank you for our special
No, we
guest.
have one more.
Oh, really?
Oh, one more.
What is the name of the restaurant listed above?
I think you're supposed to show me a
Okay.
picture.
Let me find the answers real quick. Okay, the 2 colors above Letter Club. The 2 colors above Field Advantage. The home of the 2 colors. The 2 colors above.
Okay, let me rename it. The Scarlet and Cream Letter Club. The Scarlet and Cream Field Advantage. The home of the Scarlet and Cream. And the Scarlet and
The
Cream.
home of the Scarlet and Cream.
Nope.
Okay.
It's A.
Is it really? No way. It's A, I guess, whatever A was. Well,
It was the 2
anyways,
colors above Letter
this is getting
Club.
pretty scuffed.
Yeah,
because
this
we
is
had
kinda-
2 random guests.
They
walk
brought
in.
This is making you fall asleep. This is making.
This would probably make me fall asleep.
Yeah.
Well, anyways, thank you for our special guest, Cooper Swanson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You could still stay here and watch if you really like.
No, get out of here.
I'm saying
Anyways, on to our last part of the book, the recommendation. Do we
Oh.
recommend this book?
Okay, there's a ton of type of audiences. If you really like Nebraska and you love Tom Osborne, get this book and find who Tom Osborne really is.
Or here's another thing: if you're curious about the 1990s and want to know what this Husker team is all about, get this book. Learn who Tom Osborne is. Learn how he played football. Learn what he did, and learn everything about Nebraska football.
Yeah, and just no one, just basically, if you're like someone who doesn't even care about football, has no clue what football is, probably not get this book. It's you'll probably find it super boring. It's like about this thick, just saying.
It's not that many pages though.
It's
It's only like
just a
150.
few.
So out of 5, what do you give it?
Oh, 5?
Out of 5. 5 being the highest.
I haven't read some good books because I don't read in my free time, but I would give it a solid 3.
I read a lot of books in my free time.
No, you don't.
I had some good books. Anyways, I'd probably give it a 2.5 out of 5. I mean, it's not bad, but like,
It's not good.
but yeah, it's. I don't want to say that.
It's not like, oh my god,
just kinda like-
everybody should read this book. It's not like Mrs.
Kind of
Blake
like, oh
with
my
Harry
gosh,
Potter,
this is kind of whack.
because Harry Potter sucks, but you like it. But
But
you know,
is it
you
swag?
get it.
Is it swag?
Almost as
It's
as
swag
Ohio.
like Ohio, basically.
But anyways, that's practically it for our interview.
And
That's
yeah,
just what we do, you know. Well, anyways, signing off. This is Emilio Demas with.
Let's
wait,
go.
wait. We forgot to talk about the book cover in the name.
I don't think that was part of it.
More Than Winning.
We already talked
Pretty
about that
good
at the
name.
beginning.
Pretty good name. Book cover has Tom Osborne in it. I don't really like that part.
Yeah, he looks kind of young in that. I'd give
Yeah.
it a 2.
And look at his forehead. It kind of looks a little weird. Looks
His
just
nose
funky.
kind of looks broken.
Yeah. But signing off with Emilio Demas.
And
And our special guest, Trey Furmansky.
And Hudson Deeds.
This is it from Red and Black. See you next week with more news about the Huskers.
Have music
Peace
playing.
out.